What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're back. We're back on a grind like you have never seen before. This is a grind that will last as long as it lasts. I mean, I don't know how long it's gonna last, but it's gonna last a very long time. I want to upload 2 videos a day, per day, every single day. 7 days a week, 365, whatever you want to call it. And I just want to say right now, thank you very much for all the support. We're at 132 subs, I think, last time I checked. I don't want to jinx that, but you know, when I started this channel, and I know you guys may be thinking, some of you guys may be thinking, okay, well, this guy's really getting happy over 100 subscribers or whatever it is, right? 132 subscribers. And yes, I am. And I'll tell you why. When I started this channel, my main goal was just to have a platform in which I could speak about politics, right? Speak about politics, inform other people, because that's really something I enjoy. I like talking about politics. I like informing people about stuff. And I really like having the opportunity to reach as many people as possible. Because when you're at school or when you're at work or when you're outside, whatever it is, right? You're speaking to their family about politics. That's fine, and that's one thing. I mean, you're talking in person, you're not really doing much. But when you're actually on a platform like this, where anybody in the world can see your content and learn new stuff and interact in the comment section and appreciate whatever it is or not appreciate it, doesn't really matter. I mean, I'm here to provide unbiased, at least for the most part, unbiased reporting and if people don't like it, that's okay. I have no issue with that. And if you like it, then thank you very much. I appreciate the support. But I just want to say, man, we're going to 250. It's going to increase to 500. We're just going for the big milestones, right? But one thing is for sure, regardless how many subs I have, the uploads are going to continue, and we're going to be as consistent as possible. So I just want to address something about the current liberal fiasco that is going on. So the National Post released an article yesterday. It says new poll shows Liberals blasted a fourth place in future House of Commons. Okay, this will represent a historically unprecedented defeat for the Liberals, surpassing the 2000 drubbing they suffered under leader Michael Ignatieff. So Michael Ignatieff got absolutely rinsed in 2011. Jack Layton completely destroyed him, the NDP candidate. They didn't win and form government, the NDP, but they became the official opposition by a whopping over 70 seats against the Liberals, I believe. So they were pretty good. They had a pretty good position. They were doing pretty good. But the Liberals, I mean, they almost got wiped off the face of the earth. So it wasn't really that good at the time. And the fact that this could be worse than the 2011 Ignatieff disaster, I mean, that really says something. I would be shivering my timbers if I were a Liberal right now. And I've spoken to Liberals. I've spoken to people who have supported Liberals in the past, aren't really content with Trudeau, but they are still going to vote for Liberals. And they're like, what is going on? Why? Like, I think they all realize, as well as me, that it makes no sense for Trudeau to stay in. For the survival of the party, it's simply detrimental to the Liberal Party, the fact that Trudeau's staying in. I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't even know what to say. And I keep thinking as to why, I keep wondering why he's still in this. Why? You go on the street. I live in a city that is not too populated. It's a bit outside of another major city. It's not too populated. A big major city, by the way. It's outside a big major city. It's not too populated, but people are, relatively well off here. And when you go on the streets, I've never seen this before ever in any other time that I've lived in my life. When you go on the streets, you will see bumper stickers saying, F Trudeau or get him out. And just, I've never seen anything like that. And you talk to people around this area and these keep echoing the same thing, which is, we don't like this guy. And I've actually met with my MP. She's actually conservative. I spoke to her and I asked her some questions. We had a good conversation. Um, this was back in January, I want to say, of this year. And even she said, I mean, I know she's obviously on the opposing side, but it was like, she was saying, he doesn't get the message, right? But now it's been two defeats, two major defeats, by the way, in strongholds, and he's not getting the message. I don't understand. But anyways, Conservatives are expected to win 230 seats in this projection, with the Bloc winning 41 seats, making them the official opposition. Could you imagine the Bloc Québécois becoming the official opposition? I would laugh if that was the case. That would be the funniest thing ever. By the way, I've made my distaste and my anger towards the Bloc pretty clear in previous videos, and I'm just going to address that again. Look, the Bloc is arguably the most anti-Canadian party that has ever existed, and the fact that they have a platform and the fact that they can actually run candidates and be in Parliament is truly astonishing to me. That's like if you had literally the anti-United States party or like a Texas Confederacy party in the United States House, the Congress. If you had members from that party in the Congress, that's basically what the Bloc is, in my view, because they don't want to be part of Canada in their ideal world. So I just find them pretty ridiculous. And the fact that they are on track to become the official opposition, and the fact that the NDP are on track to beat the Liberals for third place is also truly astonishing, considering that the NDP are broke. They are broke. They're broke boys, man. They got no money. They got no money. They got no candidates. They have absolutely nothing. But I want to talk about something more, interesting that I know you guys will definitely appreciate. So last time we looked at these seat projections, it's pretty much the same range. I mean, it's around like 200 to whatever, 230 for conservatives. Right now it stands at 219. So when I checked last time, I don't know what it was. I think it was like 223 or something like that. It's gone down a bit. Um, but I think we gotta keep in mind that these numbers are probably more in favor of conservatives. Way more. And the reason why I say that is because like when I talk about US politics, right? I already mentioned this sort of thing, but when I talk about US politics, people say, "Oh yeah, you don't know what's going on the ground. You don't know what the sentiment is on the ground." Okay, fair enough. I don't live in the US. But when it's Canada, I know exactly what's going on. I live here. So I've spoken to people, I've seen things, I've heard about things on the news. I follow politics very regularly. I see what the results are. This, in my view, is an overstatement. I think he's more so, I genuinely believe, I think he's more so around like 40 or even 35. Like he's really low. I think at the minimum, he's probably at 30. Maximum, I give him 40. So he's at 30 to 40 seats. This is completely inaccurate in my view. Um, but with that being said, that also means that probably one of those seats would go to the Bloc, making it 41. In that case, the Bloc is the official opposition. However, many of those Liberal seats will probably go to the NDP. NDP will be boosted up, so they'll be in third. And then some of those Liberal seats will also go to Conservative. They'll go to Conservatives. They'll probably be at like I want to say Conservatives, the minimum that they're at is 225. And the max probably 240. I know that sounds like a lot, but 240 could be the max. That would be a victory that you have never seen before, but that could very well be possible. But if we look at the individual provinces, look, Yukon is a territory. Okay, it's not a province. I know that. I'm not stupid. But Yukon and Northwest Territories and Nunavut are usually literally orange all the time. There's no like red or there's no blue or sometimes it's red, sometimes they're red, but there is no chance they have ever been close to being blue. And Yukon is blue. Huh. Huh. You don't say. So the fact that Yukon is blue is truly astonishing. I would never expect that. Um, and Northwest Territories is red, so I guess they aren't really in favor of the NDP. They're definitely not in favor of the Conservatives. I know that for a fact. And Nunavut retains their NDP status. But if you look at the rest of the country, it's all blue, except for the Bloc in Quebec. Quebec is always usually run by the Bloc. You look at PEI, all four conservative. That's crazy. Newfoundland and Labrador, again, very liberal. The Maritimes are very liberal. Right? Like these are liberal strongholds. You should never be losing if you're liberal. They only have 2 seats out of 7, and the Conservatives have 5, or projected to have 5. I think they could actually win all 7. Nova Scotia 8-3, New Brunswick 7-3. So again, like these two are always liberal, man. Actually, all 4 of these are always liberal, man. And sometimes Quebec is also always liberal, but they're only winning 24 in Quebec. So when you have most of your seats concentrated in two provinces by a very sizable margin. I mean, you don't really see that many other Liberal seats anywhere. Ontario and Quebec, which are the two largest provinces. Actually, no, it's not the two largest provinces, but some of the largest provinces. When you have 26 and 24, what does that tell you? I mean, 24 in Quebec, I mean, should be way more if I were a Liberal. I'd be thinking, oh my God, what's going on? But Ontario, I mean, 92 seats for the Conservatives? 92? Three for the NDP? Now, I know some ridings that have gone NDP. I know typically the NDP gets 7, 8 seats in Ontario, maybe 10 sometimes in a good year. I don't know what they got last time, but they get a lot. They get a lot more than what they're getting right now. But 3 seats? Wow, that's crazy. And then the Green Party, I mean, Elizabeth May, honestly, just go quit. We don't really need you. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know why the Green Party is even winning a seat in Ontario. I think that's weird, but okay. Manitoba, we have 7-4-3 again. Manitoba as a NDP premier. They have a large Indigenous population. Typically, Indigenous people don't vote with the Conservatives, or for the Conservatives rather. So again, this is also like, okay, well, what's going on here? And what I can say confidently is that people are done with Trudeau. Look, he's had his run. He's had 10 years, man. He's been here since 2015. He's done his thing, whether you like it or not. I'll talk about his policy record later on. I think I already did a bit in some other videos. I touched on it a bit, but I'll do like a comprehensive breakdown of his policies. But the reality is, when you're in power, it doesn't really matter where. I mean, you could be the most liked leader in history, for all you know, for all I know, but after a while, people get sick. People want change after a while. They don't like things to just be always the same thing, right? So I think what I would say is, look, take these results with a grain of salt. They're not definitive. If anything, I would argue that they're more in favor of the Conservatives than they are for the Liberals, because I would not be surprised now, considering the fact that Yukon is being favored as blue, that Northwest Territories could go blue. I mean, that would be surprising for most, but for me, I mean, I'm looking at this and I'm like, okay, well, that's not really that surprising. Nunavut, I don't think it will, but I don't know, man. This is crazy. And you look at Alberta, only one seat for the NDP, zero Liberal, zero. Okay, zero. Keep that in mind. One in Saskatchewan for the Liberals. So these are like almost clean sweeps in big provinces, right? Alberta, you have 36. Saskatchewan, you have 13. BC almost have a clean sweep for the Conservatives. Like, this is not normal. This is unprecedented. And the fact of the matter is, Pierre Poilievre, for all his faults and whatnot, he's not really the next, like, JFK-esque, enthusiastic, competent, rich, whatever, young, charismatic leader. He's just, career politician. He didn't really do anything before that, to be honest with you. His record as politician has not been that great. He's not really done anything incredible. And for the most part, he's just been like this whole axe to tax guy. That's pretty much it. That's all he's known for. I mean, I can't name you a single other policy from him, or at least position that he actually has that's consistent, because he keeps flip flopping and everything. So I wouldn't even say that he's like a really good leader, and that's the reason why this is the case. It's just the fact that people are sick, man. They're sick. You look at our country, you look at our GDP per capita, it's lower in 2024 than it was in 2014. You go to the grocery store, everything's so expensive. You look at our tax rate, 60% in some cases. 60%. They'll probably end up raising it to 70% one day. I'll tell you what, capital gains taxes, the minimum base is 50%. Okay, you buy a stock for $1, you sell it for $2. Okay, you made $1 only in capital gains, and you pay 50% on that. This is not normal. This is a joke. But then they increased the rate to 66.7. And to be quite honest with you, if the Liberals ever come back in power, I don't know what they're going to do in the last year, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did something even more ridiculous, like introduce tax on unrealized gains, which would be absolutely disastrous for the country. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I like making these kinds of videos because it really helps me sort of also have an understanding because I'm looking at these results for the first time, by the way. So it also helps me take a look at it. But I also really do enjoy talking about these things. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Ring that notification bell, and I'll see y'all in the next one.